Welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Branson Quirk.
And I'm Babcock.
Big update today. This we covered it this morning on the TMZ Morning podcast. The deadline had passed yesterday for Nancy Guthrie, the alleged ransom note. And then the middle of the day, the newsroom just exploded getting these photos. FBI Director Kash Patel putting out several images, including video of the alleged suspect here at the home of Nancy Guthrie. Let's go ahead and just play this right off the bat, Babcock. So in this video, you see this guy, you see him walking up to the door. He's looking down, and he's got a holster in the front there. So you see a gun in the holster. But then, tell me what you think here. He sees what appears to be a Nest camera, and this video is put together so you don't see the entire thing here, but he actually steps backwards, goes to get brush out of the grass there, to go cover up the camera.
Yeah. I have like conflicting thoughts when I see this because he's got the gloves on, he's got the ski mask on. You can't see much of his face, of the features, but then if this person was a professional, Branson, for somebody to be a professional but not know that they've got a doorbell camera and not come with a way to cover the camera, and then, like you said, to have to go look for some brush or brush or flowers or whatever it might be to cover the camera, that says someone who is not a professional to me, in my very not expert opinion. I mean, it surprised me that he wouldn't have been aware that there was a camera there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, thinking about someone who was, if they were a professional, if they knew what they were doing, if they had been studying her home for some time, this would be as simple as black tape over the camera. He would have had
Camera's
that done
solved.
and done. You know, if it was a professional, I'll be real, he wouldn't even be in front of the camera right now. He would have done it from the side, come up from the side. So this appears to be a guy who, I don't know, guy or girl. We don't know. There is speculation out there that this could be a woman. People are looking at the facial hair. So let's go into the features here on this person. So I'm going to start with the first photo to pull up here.
Okay.
So you see him at the door there, and he's looking at the door. Then he notices the camera, and then he walks over to it. So let's bring up picture number two. And then, that's kind of where you see this holster, which is really concerning. Off the bat.
There's the weapon. Remember, there was ultimately, I'm not suggesting anyone has gotten shot or anything like that, but there was ultimately blood outside of the home too. Remember that?
Exactly, right where he is standing, allegedly. And then let's bring up the third picture, which is the picture I wanted to look at most importantly. This is what people are focusing on. That looks like a goatee. You got the obviously above the lip, you got the facial hair, mustache, and then the soul patch or whatever you want to call it underneath the lip, certainly. And this looks like, I mean, not looks like, this is black and white, but it's there's different types of black and white. So it's hard to tell what the color of this facial hair might be. To me, upon first glance, I'll be real, the eyebrows looked drawn to me, like very thin. But then if you look at the top of the mask, to combat what people are saying about that, if you look at the top of the mask, this is just, it looks like it's just the bottom of the eyebrows.
Okay, so maybe it's cut in, you don't see the full.
So people thought that could be a woman because of the thin eyebrows. But then you look at this mustache, that's a dude to me.
Unless it's a fake mustache, but I don't think anyone has suggested that. So yeah, I would think it would be a male. I think if you look historically, who is it? Is it male, females that are behind crimes like this? I think you're almost always going to find that it's been a male. So this to me feels, and obviously, Branson, we want to know who this is, but I think when for 10 days here now, we have got nothing. We have heard nothing from police. And finally, it feels like there is some sort of evidence. I know shortly after, I'm talking minutes after, Kash Patel releases the photographs and the video, Savannah Guthrie goes on and she goes to her social media page on Instagram and but she says, "We believe she is still alive. Bring her home." So I think this has given the family a lot of hope too, Branson.
My question is, and there has been a lot of people speculating on who this could be. I mean, before I get into this, I do want to mention that the reason it's taken so long, a lot of people are upset that this is the FBI. Why have we got these photos so late? We don't know the extent of tech here. This is appears to be a Nest doorbell. I can't confirm that exactly, but this is one of those Ring Nest type doorbells.
Yeah.
She didn't have the subscription. We've said that plenty of times here, but we all know this on our computers. When you delete something, it's not technically deleted. I'll give you an example. So I have a Tesla. I got into a car accident last year. They slammed into the back of my car, but I didn't have the thumb drive where it saves video and is recording.
Right.
All of a sudden, a year later, I look at my app in an area I hadn't looked, and I see this video, and it said incident report or whatever it was, and it was the crash. And I go, so there's a back end here in all these devices.
Right.
And that's what this was, saying that they were able to uncover residual data located in back end systems. Maybe it took days to take it apart.
Right. So, and if she had the subscription, obviously it would have been much quicker, but that's great that they were able to retrieve this in any way, because I mean, we don't know what they've got. The FBI, they know these cases. They're the best at handling them. But so maybe they've got a trove of evidence, Branson. But I got to think that this is incredibly helpful to them.
Oh, it's very helpful. I mean, you got lots of, before they had nothing.
Right.
They had no suspect, no imagery in their head. When you look at the photo, let's bring up the photo of, I believe it's photo 1. Let's bring up photo 1 of him standing at the door, so you can get a look at the type of body. He looks like a stocky gentleman.
Yeah, I think, by the way, they'll try to find the backpack, the brand, the shirt, the jacket, all that stuff, and they will try and figure out if they can where those items were potentially purchased from. Right.
There are a lot of paths here. He has the flashlight in his mouth as well. You can't really see that, but the type of gun they can look at, the type of holster that this person has. Maybe they ordered it recently on the internet. They can easily find that.
Hey, there was 30 of these ordered. And they go through each person. What do they look like? I mean,
exactly.
This opens up potential possibilities.
Let's bring back photo number 3. Photo 3, because this man, his eyes are fully seen in this. I mean, 3 and 4. His eyes are full on display here. The FBI has technology to identify pupils' eyes. They can enhance things like this too. They can completely enhance this.
So you wonder if that's something that they're trying with their software to do and get an identification.
I don't think this person knew that there was a camera there to begin with.
I do not either.
And I think that off the bat, this probably really startled this person when they saw this upon first
they panicked. They're looking for the brush.
Wouldn't you think that a person who was watching her, a professional or someone that had been planning this, would at least drive by the home? Even from a distance, you can see a ring light or a ring camera on there. There's a lot of things here. There could have been a Tesla parked outside, and those things are always recording, as we know. And then the brush, super amateur to me. This seems like someone that, I am not saying that, any of this is whatever, but to me, I feel like this is maybe someone that they know, maybe.
Right. It absolutely could be. Obviously, there
knows her.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as random as
no, I don't either. And if it is someone in the family that they know, or not necessarily in the family, but if it's somebody that they know or they're familiar with, they may be able to look at these photos and say, "Hey, I know who that person is." I mean, obviously, if that's someone that's very recognizable to you, even with the ski mask on, you can identify them.
And they got this morning. They've probably worked all day with forensics, analysis, digital analysis, facial recognition. I mean, the FBI has worked on the biggest cases ever.
Ransom, kidnapping, that's like...
This is just one guy.
One of their bread and butter.
In Arizona, in the middle of the vegetation, in the brush.
Yeah.
That I think that we are going to see a resolution in the next few days.
I think now too, Brenton, it gives them an idea exactly of when this was happening. They can potentially, on other people's cameras, they can follow maybe a path where the vehicle went when it left with Nancy. I think there's a lot of possibilities now with this video.
And Savannah herself saying we believe that she is alive.
Yeah.
I mean,
hope. Well, because you touched on at the top, Brenton, that there was a second deadline in that video, that note we got on Tuesday, a week ago today, and there were very severe, the ultimate consequences in that note. If the money was not paid by last night.
And as we know, this weekend, I mean, I can't give an exact recent data search on this exactly, but I do know that when we had looked at that Bitcoin address, it was empty. There was no money inside of the wallet. But this is a good point. There was another message over the weekend to another station, or that one of the stations that had originally got the first letter. And in that message could have been a new Bitcoin address because they may have seen the TMZ had went and looked at the original one.
Right.
And they're trying
that can
to
all
keep
be
things
tracked.
under wraps.
Right.
So,
not necessarily that we could or anybody could determine who made the payment, but you can see if a payment was made.
it makes you wonder why. Let's talk about why would someone do this. Let's not try to speculate on who it is.
Yeah.
If it's somebody in the family or not, let's not speculate
money
on
or
that.
revenge.
Let's just talk about why would someone do this? Like, is this a business to them? Do they we don't see these cases very often, right? So this is not
kidnaps
something that
an
happens.
84-year-old woman. I mean, it's got to be. I mean, money or hatred and / revenge. I would think were the only two motives that make any sense to me.
Somebody made a good point on the internet I read saying that this is one extremely rare, but for someone to pick someone that's so high profile, I understand that. But there's also the case of if this is something that you do, wouldn't we see people doing this? Like going just maybe someone goes to the nearest country club, finds there's a billion millionaires at those country clubs that you could target and find their parents, find their kids, whatever it is. This just doesn't happen in America.
Not in
This is,
America.
Way out of place.
In other countries, I think you do see a lot of targeted kidnappings, but it's not something we see here very
Not
often.
something we see here at all.
This is not obviously a trend that's beginning.
So what do you think is next? What do you think is going to happen in the next 24, 48 hours?
I would not be surprised if, I'm not saying there is, I hope there is, but I for the first time feel like there could be a resolution imminently with this case, with this new information. I really feel like it's that important.
I really hope Nancy's okay. You know,
So do I. That's the scary part is that she's, again, 84 years old, not in good physical health,
exactly.
needs medication.
And you know, if it is someone, if it ends up being someone that they know, I actually think that's maybe why they're holding on to hope right now, if that's a possibility, because if it's someone they know that kind of just got way over their head here and thought it'd be an easy ransom situation, then they probably have the hope that if it is somebody they know, maybe they don't want to hurt Nancy.
Right.
And they just wanted this to be something quick and they are keeping her safe. That's all that we can hope
That's
for,
what we hope.
is that she is safe. And I know Harvey has continued to reveal more information about the alleged ransom note. We have seen the authorities reveal more information, but there really just wasn't that much. It was straight to the point.
Basically, we're not going to communicate anymore. Pay me this money by this date, and that's it.
Please, in the comments, we are going to read that. We always read the comments after this. Let us know what you guys think. Again, you know, they're asking the public for help here. And now that there's an image of this person, I think that people who may have noticed someone being suspicious, alarm bells might be going off, and they may find a suspect here
or if you
very
recognize
soon.
those eyes or that facial hair.
Again, so many paths here. You got the shoes, you got the clothes, the backpack, the holster, the type of gun.
Right.
You can tell the type of gun sometimes just by looking at the way that the stock is. So we'll continue to be on this tomorrow morning. Hopefully we have a positive update for everybody. Charlie Cotton and Devin Rawl will be back. On top of that, we do have comments here. So let's go through the comments. Nancy Guthrie, for her, Edwina, I think we had this person on before. I think I said that wrong. Is it Edwin or Edwina? Edwina. Okay. Nice to meet you. We're all assuming that he wasn't aware of the camera. If you're going to abduct an old lady, you have to take her through the front door. Leaving tape would be a high-risk thing. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing something like this and you're leaving clues for the FBI, we don't know all of what he did anyway. We really don't.
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
You want to get the next one, Babcock?
Yeah, sure. That is Annie Ann. Yes, looks like a woman with a fake mustache.
Yeah, that's a possibility, too. Some people said that that it could be a woman, and that's why she's wearing so many layers, covering up the figure. And then, like, the eyes look a little, like, feminine to me. But the eyebrows, I know what you're saying, but to me, I'm leaning towards a gentleman.
Right.
Not gentleman, but
a man, yeah.
Right. Diane Baker, those are roofing gloves for hot tarring.
Well,
Probably thought that they wouldn't leave a trace.
Right, or maybe it points to someone that's in that profession.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Espresso
Scary
Joe
thing.
says money. Next question. Yeah, I would think that's probably the most likely.
That's what the ransom note alleges.
Yeah.
Farrah Tittle says, no one is talking about the home invasion 2 miles away on September 25th. Those guys are dressed similarly. Okay. If that's the case here, I mean, let's be real. We're all here speculating, coming up with our own theories, but the FBI, they're very smart, and what they're doing, they'll get to the bottom of this. They will get to the bottom of this.
They're the best at it.
A miscellaneous comment, Regina Carroll, never seen a real live. Well, welcome.
Here we are.
We do this now every day in the afternoon. It's really sad that we've had to bring this news to you every single day. It's the biggest story in the world right now, but
it's amazing how it's captured the attention of the country, and it's like you feel like that's your mom or your grandma, and
every station is on this right now.
Everyone.
Fox News, CNN, everybody is on this.
It's a constant.
Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. Tomorrow morning we will be back. TMZ Podcast. Babcock and I will be back tomorrow afternoon to give you more updates and hopefully a positive one and maybe another positive story. Thank you.